Hi, and welcome back to this episode on the customer portal for Enterprise. I'm Sharon from Enterprise, and in this episode, we will simply look at what the customer contact will see when they log into the customer portal. So, whether this is the customer contact themselves or this is you doing a test access that we showed you how to do through the settings for customer portal, this is what happens for the contact. So very simply on the sign-in screen, so whether you've come through the activation email as a customer contact or as an enterprise user doing a test access. So let's click on sign in. So this is the email address and password that you have assigned for the customer portal. Of course, this is probably identical to the one you're already using for enterprise as an existing enterprise user. However, as a customer contact, you will have been asked to assign a password once you activate your account. So very simply, now we're in the customer portal and straight away you can see that we're taken into the account details. So you know as a customer contact that you're in the correct organization, your organization. And these are all your account details. Again, depending on the permissions that you've been given by your supplier, or as the enterprise user, what you've given to your customer contacts, you will see an option here if they can add contacts or if they can add addresses. So just to be aware that your customer contact, if they add a new contact here, it does not automatically mean that contact has access to the customer portal. That is still under your control as the supplier, as the enterprise account holder. Okay, so again, through the addresses, you can add and amend existing addresses to reduce down administration for your supplier. If you've been enabled to access multiple companies or organizations, they will also appear here listed down the left-hand side of your screen. Working your way around the screen, you'll see here at the top of the screen, you have the tabs for service. So this is where you will see your service calls, where you can add new service calls. So below will be a list of any existing service calls that you have logged with this particular organization. If you click on the new service call tab, you will see that you'll be able to create a new service call. So let's just put in some details here. Just as an example for this demonstration, you can attach a file or drop an attachment here. So you can see a very limited detail. You're just simply selecting the organization, which is the one that you're currently assigned to in the customer portal, adding in a subject and some details, and click on save. So you'll see now that that particular service call has been added to the list and the contact person is as the person that you are currently logged into the system. I can, of course, drill into the service call to see if any resolution has been assigned, to see if I can also add any activities or if any related activities have already been added from the supplier or the enterprise user. So I can very simply click here to add an activity. The activity details that you require to add are very simple. It's just a title and some details. If there's any resolution or it's been closed on a specific date, who it's being handled by, the technician name, all that information will appear here and you can simply click on edit to add any additional information that you require. So back to the other tabs, then we have the sales tab. If we go across, we've got sales quotes, sales orders, sales delivery, sales invoices and sales credit notes. So each of these tabs will appear based on the settings that you have assigned to your customer portal settings overall for all contacts. So whether they see quotes, orders, deliveries, invoices or credit notes. So again, for any of these transactions, you'll see that any transactions that exist for this particular organization will automatically appear here. So deliveries, sales invoices, sales credit notes, if they don't already exist, they're not going to appear. In relation to sales invoices, you can see that you can perform further actions. So by selecting an invoice here on the list, as a customer contact, you can now proceed to pay that invoice. So when you click on the pay option for the invoice, it's for credit cards. So if you have your Stripe account linked to your Enterprise, the contact can click on Stripe, enter the credit card details, and proceed with the payment for the invoice. It's as simple as that. In relation to other options for all the transactions, so if I go through the tab here for all the transactions, of course there's an option here to export all the data to Excel, so they get to see the list very simply. They can drill into any of the transactions, whether it's a quote, order, delivery, or invoice or credit note, and they have additional actions, and those actions are to download that transaction as a PDF or see the relationship map. And remember, the relationship map will show if it's gone from quote to order to delivery to invoice or payment. It'll show you the relationship between all of the transactions. So it's a very simple view for your customer contacts to stay on top of the progress of their quotes and orders, any deliveries outstanding, any invoices that are due to be paid, or any credits that they're waiting on the account to see that they have come through correctly. And at all times, they have the ability to search in all the columns within the grid itself, and of course, export that data to Excel. In addition to that, there's also a tab here for statement. So again, the customer can take control and download their statement. So they'll always be aware of the money that's owed to you as their supplier. So there's no excuse. They can come in here, they can select the date to include transactions up to and including to. It'll be relevant obviously for that contact person, and the information will appear here on screen. So again, saving administration. The customer is back in control and they can download or export a list of all the data to Excel, or simply download the statement as a PDF. In addition to other ways of moving around the screen, you can see here that the contact profile appears here on the left as it would do on your Enterprise account. So the user takes control here. They, as a contact, can manage their account and change their password as and when required. But this information is not retained by the supplier, so it's important that if the user changes that information, that they keep that to hand at all times. But I hope that's helped you to understand further the power of the portal and how it can benefit you as the supplier within Enterprise, and of course, more importantly, your customer contact, and giving them the power of visibility within their transactions that you've created through the Enterprise account for them. Giving them the power to pay their invoices, visibility of any service calls that they've added, or any of the transactions that have been posted for them. Giving them control to download and print their statement or export any of the information they require to Excel, all at the touch of a button. So if you require any further help, please check out our help articles on help.enterprise.com. And of course, you can reach out to our support chat if you have any further queries, but always check out the help articles, and that's help.enterprise.com. So thank you for watching, and good luck with your journey for the power of the portal. Thank you for watching.